What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video, I'm thrilled to be bringing you my absolute favorite build. I made a video a few months back of my favorite exotics for each class. I chose one on each character, and the one on Warlock was Contraverse Hold, and this season, it's literally better than ever. So I just finished an LFG run of Liminality with this build, and it absolutely shredded. So I'm going to walk you through it and just talk about everything you need to know about this build and why it's so good. This build obviously centers around the exotic gloves Contraverse Hold. They have the armor perk Chaotic Exchanger, resist incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade with Chaos Accelerant, charge Void Grenade's return grenade energy on a hit. So the damage resistance is 20%, but that's not really what we run these for. We run these because when you get a grenade hit, it gives 2000% additional base grenade regen rate. So basically you get like half your grenade back almost when you hit a target, because that regen rate goes on for 1.75 seconds. So if they die immediately, you're not going to get that, but if you throw it on a beefier target, you'll get that regen rate for 1.75 seconds. But then there's a 4-second cooldown between activations. So people talk about Contraverse Hold are dead now because they don't regen grenades like they used to, but they do have the capability to if you're using them properly, and that's what I want to showcase in this video. Because there's a 4-second cooldown, but we're running Chaos Accelerant, which will extend the duration of our Vortex Grenade. So it says increase the size and linger duration of the Vortex. So this increases the linger. But then we have the Fragment Echo of Remnants. Your lingering grenade effects have increased duration. So if we play this correctly, we can get a double proc. So we can proc the Contraverse Hold armor perk twice. So that's going to give us those big chunks. And then we pair that with the other aspect, Feed the Void, which grants us Devour for ability kills. And then when you have Devour, you get grenade energy. The amount that you get back is based on the tier of the combatant you killed. And then obviously you regen your health as well. So basically, as long as you're getting kills, you're never going to die. And like I said, I just did Liminality, and I think I died like once or twice in the whole strike. And that was just me kind of playing dumb. And you might see it in the background gameplay. But yeah, basically I was just completely slaying out with this build. It's very simple, but I have literally been running this build for all the day ones except Salvation's Edge because I was on Prismatic, because I was just having lots of fun with Prismatic because it was a week final shape launched. But every other day one raid, this is the build that I take into the raid. So we're on Cataclysm Nova Bomb, which got a big buff in the final shape. So this build is literally better than ever, just because of some buffs and some artifact mods. So yeah, I like Cataclysm, but you can run what you like for a super. Obviously we have Vortex Grenades. I talked about the aspects already. Then we have Echo of Expulsion. Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode, and this gives us +10 to intellect. So you don't have to run this. This is just what I prefer to run, but this is kind of the optional fragment. Then we have Echo of Undermining. Your Void Grenades weaken targets. This is an absolute must, especially this season. But yeah, you definitely want to run this, even with the -20 to Discipline. Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your Void weapons. So again, I'm totally built into Void with this build. So this just makes it really strong because I'm running 2 Void weapons. Again, you could swap this fragment out, but this is like the base go-to Contraverse Hold build that I love to run, and I've been running it for a lot of years. I soloed a GM with it last season, and it wasn't even Void Surge, and I still got it done probably as quick or quicker as some of the other runs where I was matching Surge. So this build holds up in all manner of content. And then, like I said, Echo of Remnants to increase that duration of our Vortex Grenades, which oftentimes allows us to get a double proc, especially in higher end content, because if the enemies can tank that damage, then they're going to be able to stand in there for the full duration of the grenade, and you'll get a double proc. And the more enemies that are around, if some walk in, then that will count for a second hit. I don't believe it works on a single target, but basically if you threw it into a couple enemies, the cooldown went away and then a few more got hit, you're going to get that double proc. Meanwhile, if they die to it, you're also going to be getting grenade regen from Devour. So you can just see in the background gameplay, I can get my super strong grenade back within like 10 seconds. It's crazy. So if we go to the artifact mods, this is why I was so excited for this build this season, is because Void Surge is finally back. We haven't had it for a few seasons. And then we also have Expanding Abyss. Void sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. So normally your grenade already does like really good damage with Chaos Accelerant and Contraverse Hold and all that, and then Echo of Undermining to weaken. But now that weaken is normally a 15% debuff, with Void Sources, that takes it to a 25% debuff just from one grenade. So all your Void Sources will deal 25% more damage, including your Nova Bomb. So like I said, I just got done running the Liminality Strike, and this was the exact setup I had on. So I actually had Critical Anomaly. I'm going to make a video on this sniper rifle as well, because it's a champion killer because of Chill Clip. And then we also got anti-barrier sniper rifle on the artifact. So we're able to deal with barriers, and then it can slow, which deals with overloads, and it can freeze in 2 shots with Chill Clip to deal with unstops. I have authorized mods Scavenger. This is really nice for our heavy ammo. I'm running a Void Machine Gun. And then we have Elemental Siphon. Rapid Final Blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching your equipped super creates an elemental pickup that matches your equipped super. So we're making a ton of the Void Breaches because I run Graviton Lance. So again, Anti-Barrier Pulse is on the artifact this season, and Graviton Lance just chews through enemies. And especially in Liminality, there's a ton of Void Shielded Acolytes, and Graviton just absolutely rips through them. And then a lot of people like Commemoration, but I wanted to try something a little different. So I went with this Hammerhead that I had in my vault. It's got 4th Times and Desperate Measures. So Desperate Measures is a 30% damage boost if we get melee and grenade final blows. And we're getting grenade final blows constantly with Contraverse Hold. So we basically always have 30% increased damage. We have 4th Times a Charm, which is really good on the Tormentor boss, because we can basically get 2 shots back for every crit we hit, and we're hitting a lot of crits on his shoulders. So yeah, it's really good for boss damage. And then, like I said, we have Expanding Abyss. So if he's weakened, he's going to be taking 25% more damage from the Void Machine Gun. Plus, if we have Desperate Measures going, we're dealing 30% more damage. And we have Volatile Rounds if we just got a grenade kill because of Echo of Instability. So yeah, there's just a lot of really strong things working in favor for this build thanks to the artifact. And then back to the artifact, we also have Counter Energy. When you are a member of your fire team stuns a champion, you gain energy for your least charged ability. So that's just nice to have. And then Void Hegemony. While you have a Void or Prismatic subclass equipped, defeating a weakened target provides a small Void overshield. So we're weakening everything with our grenades. So then when they die, we're getting an overshield, we're proccing Devour. As we get kills with Devour, we're getting our health back. We will have an overshield, and we're getting grenade energy thanks to Devour. And then I threw on Sniper's Meditation just because I was running Critical Anomaly, but you can run whatever you like. So yeah, very, very strong. Now let's just look at the mods. They're very simple. I've got a Recovery mod, which takes up 4, unfortunately. So I'm running double Harmonic Siphon. But if I had room, I would actually run double Ashes to Assets and 1 Harmonic Siphon, just because Ashes to Assets gives bonus super energy on grenade kills, and we're getting a ton. And they do stack, it's just diminishing returns. But yeah, double Ashes to Assets would be preferable, but I do like having my stats high. So you can go however you want there, but definitely 1 Void Siphon and 1 Ashes to Assets. On the gloves, we have Momentum Transfer. Causing damage with a grenade reduces your melee cooldown. And then Bolstering Detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. Again, we're constantly dealing damage with grenades, so we're getting energy to our other abilities very often. And then Firepower, your grenade final blows create orbs of power. This does have a 10-second cooldown, but you're pretty much proccing this every time you throw a grenade. So you're making a ton of orbs for you and your teammates. For resistances, just whatever you need for the activity. On the boots, I have Absolution, reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an Orb of Power. Innervation reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an Orb of Power. So again, we're making grenades with Firepower and Void Siphon, and then every time we pick them up, we're going to be getting grenade energy. And then Void Scavenger, Void weapons. Basically, you get ammo back every time you pick up an ammo brick, which is really nice with our Hammerhead. So yeah, just a little more ammo, but you don't need to run that. I think actually I was running Recuperation instead of Innervation on my run, but yeah, both are good. That was just because the boss room can get a little hectic, so being able to get health back when you pick up an orb is handy if you're not getting kills with Devour at the time. Then Powerful Attraction to pick up mods when I cast my class ability. Distribution to reduce all ability cooldowns when we cast our class ability near targets. We don't always cast it near targets, but when you do, it will help all your cooldowns. And then of course Bomber reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So that is really it for the build. Like I said, it's quite simple, but sometimes simple is effective and strong. Like I said, I've taken this into day one raids. I've soloed GM Nightfalls. I did a team run with no mic on Liminality. Not that it's an especially hard strike, but Bungie did say they wanted it to be like their hardest strike ever. So yeah, anyways, you could see I was like top of the leaderboard on the kills when I went through that strike. And yeah, I just absolutely love this build. Like I said, it's one of my all-time favorites throughout my entire lifespan of Destiny. Ever since these gloves came out in Forsaken, I've loved them, and I couldn't wait to make a dedicated build video for them. And here it is. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. And if you did, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. And if you're still watching, then I appreciate you for watching to the end. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care.